All right, what's up, Raider Nation? Coming to you at pick 98 and 99. That's just about to happen for the Raiders. Yes, my headphones are broken as I listen to the draft, and I don't got my beanie on. Hopefully, my audio is okay. I'm sure it's not, but hey, I can't fix it right now. But again, hopefully, you guys can hear some of the stuff I'm saying with my phone issue. Um, Look, the Raiders picked at 98 and 99 back to back to back. And, well, the Minnesota Vikings just traded to 97. They need a quarterback. Are they going to go Shedeur Sanders? No, the Texans jumped up. But Shedeur Sanders is still available. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, was taken by another team in front of him by Cleveland. Another quarterback was taken in front of him. And it's getting really ridiculous for Shedeur. They chose greed and hubris and ego and over truth that Shedeur's not the best quarterback in the draft. They tried to use the fame and the press to make him get rich and look bigger and better. But the Raiders are going to be on the clock. Jalen Milroe went in front of Shedeur Sanders as well just a few picks ago to Seattle. Wow, that was interesting. But this is not a video about Shedeur Sanders, but let's be honest, Mark Davis wanted him. According to Raider D podcast, there was a civil war versus Mark Davis and John Spytek to try to draft in the second or third round to draft Shedeur Sanders. I don't know how truthful. He said, oh, there were reports. Yeah, what reports? But I still love you, Raider D. You're doing some good stuff. But I don't think there was a civil war. But let's be honest, Mark Davis would like Shedeur Sanders. Now at 98 or 99, we have a possibility of taking him. We have needs on the offensive line, linebacker, cornerback. And there's a possibility we might actually get a quarterback here with one of these picks, with Will Howard reuniting with Chip Kelly, because quarterbacks are going off the board. But do you say fuck it and take Shedeur Sanders and worry about the consequences later? It might work out for Shedeur and the Raiders to take him at this spot, if they're going to be the only team to do so, since they have a little bit of a history, and he can make money in Vegas and save money by no taxes, because we all know they want to make money, but it would possibly cause a controversy. But now that he's humbled into the fourth round or third round, I don't know. Very interesting. We're going to find out. The pick is in for the Raiders. But I'm hoping that they go like linebacker. Jack Sawyer's available out of Ohio State, I believe. Maybe Will Howard, quarterback. We have a defensive tackle on the board available out of Iowa, Yaya Black. Charles Grant, offensive tackle out of William and Mary. Could we go another wide receiver? My favorite is the guard out of Purdue, Marcus Embo. He's still available, Mbow. I want them to pick him. He's on my favorite on the board. But I'm really interested. That's why I'm live streaming. Not live streaming, but I'm filming this video and talking about the draft a little bit. Because this is interesting to me at 98 and 99. Again, I do not want Shedeur on our team. But I could see a lot of hype coming to the Raiders in a reunification with Geno Smith and Shedeur at this point. I mean, it's got to end at some point. I wouldn't hate it if they took him here. It's going to cause a lot of media, a lot of press. They're going to be talking about the Raiders. Jerseys are going to sell. You know, Mark Davis wants to make money. And if they draft Shedeur, they will make money somehow. But it might cause a rift in our team that we're trying to build with, good character and stuff like that. So if there is a civil war, if Mark Davis wants him, maybe they're going to give him to Mark Davis. But I don't think that's true. I think they're just going to bypass Shedeur because the rumors are that he had bad interviews, and clearly they're just exploiting money, and he's an average athletic quarterback, according to some of the people out there. And others think he's the best quarterback in the draft. I don't know. It's getting really interesting. But the Raiders pick is in at 98. Let's react to this together. See, the Raiders pick is in at the bottom of the screen. They're talking about quarterbacks that are still available. The Raiders could use a backup quarterback to Geno, even though we got Aiden O'Connell. But if we drafted a quarterback, they should probably try to trade Aiden O'Connell. Here it is. The pick is in for the Raiders. Steve Wisniewski's probably going to come out again. Here it is, the pick for the Raiders. Let's see what they do. Steve Wisniewski's talking about every opportunity. Captain Jack is there live. And Voodoo Raider. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Here we go. I know you can't hear it. I'm sorry. Guard, Caleb Rogers out of Texas Tech. There we go. We went offensive line at 98. What will we do at 99? Let's see if they got some right tackle highlights. There it is. Offensive tackle. Maybe with Colton Miller, we could use him. I don't know what happened to my headphones. They kind of went off. But there's him at the right tackle. They're showing highlights. They said he might be a career backup, Caleb Rogers. But there it is. The Raiders picked Caleb Rogers. Now we're going to wait. We're going to wait. There's the picks for the Raiders so far. Now the pick is in at 99, so we can talk about it because we have 2 picks in a row. They've been proving and going on offense a lot today. So I would expect them to pick a quarterback. Let's see if we can hear it and watch it. Here it is. Shedeur or Will Howard or Jack Sawyer, linebacker. Charles Grant, tackle. 2 tackles in a row. Wow, Charles Grant out of William and Mary. Wow, 2 tackles in a row. Let's check out the highlights. 311 pounds. He's got a big boy. There we go. Got some big old players. There he is. Woo! Woo! He's going to get with Chip Kelly. They said his best football's ahead of him. He's a big boy. Look at that, number 60. They are building the line for the run game. There's the Raider selection so far. Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. There it is. There it is, Raider Nation. We picked up 2 offensive linemen in a row, Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, to solidify our offensive line. We got ourselves a wide receiver. we got ourselves a running back. We got ourselves 2 offensive linemen. And we got ourselves a big-bodied Richard Sherman type cornerback or safety position player to reunite with Pete Carroll, a very tall cornerback. And I'll review the entire draft as a whole in the next couple days once it's officially over. But for now, I'm liking our picks. I really am. And of course, we always want to talk about the Shedeur Sanders and the big prospects and the storylines. I think the Raiders are doing really well. But now that they picked up offensive linemen, they got a wide receiver, they got a running back, they are proving they are going on the offensive side of the ball more so this year, that they're really trying to build the offensive side of the ball with Chip Kelly. And I expect them to get a quarterback, whether that's Will Howard or Shedeur Sanders if he's available on Saturday in rounds 4 through 7. Will he be Mr. Irrelevant? I don't know. But I love who the Raiders pick up, and I grade these picks a C+, because now we're trying to build a beefy offensive line, as our general manager, John Spytek, spoke about pre-draft, that we need the big boys on the offensive line. And they're definitely going to help out Ashton Jeanty and Geno Smith. Raiders are actually having a really good, simple, perfect draft. No complaints from me. The positivity needs to go upward because we're not reaching for picks. We're not picking players nobody's ever heard of. We're not doing any of that shit. We're actually trading down, getting more picks, still getting our players. Fuck. Like, that's new to me as a Raider fan. Man, I'm liking this shit so far, to be quite honest with y'all. I am really digging it. I hope you guys feel the same. Let me know how you feel. Hopefully you heard most of this. I appreciate y'all. I love you. And I'll have some videos on Saturday with my reactions for those picks. And I appreciate y'all. Go Raiders.